Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And so today we'll be doing another Land of Words adventure series story. And now this is the Lazy Letter B story written by Daniel Errico. So we're going to be exploring more about this. So let's go check the story out. Yeah. The letter B lived in the land of words. He didn't like doing much. It all started when he was a lowercase b. On his birthday, he was too lazy to blow out the candles. He just waited until they burned down. Well, this Larrabee lived in the land of words, and he was too lazy, he didn't like doing much. And then it all started when he was just a small bee. And then on his birthday, he didn't want to blow the candles out because he was lazy, and then he waited until they burned out. Here's the birthday celebration, and our beautiful J is getting bored, and our G is going to rock, and our B is smiling casually, waiting for the candles to burn out. Wow! B is so lazy. Let's check out more of the story. Well, he went to the ocean. He was too lazy to dry off. He got everything wet and sandy. When all the other letters went sledding, he waited at the bottom of the hill. He was always the first one back in time for cocoa. So, as you can see, our dear letter B is having some hot cocoa. Yep, look at this. A dear letter B is having some hot cocoa with a winter hat on top of his head. So, they're telling that when he went to the ocean, he didn't want to dry off because he was lazy. And then he got everything wet and sandy because his body was wet. So he again jumped in the sand, and then, yes. And then when all the other letters went sledding, he waited at the bottom of the hill because he didn't want to sled. He was too lazy to even sled to enjoy. And he was the first one in time for Coco. He always comes first back in time for Coco because I think he loves Coco, and yep, hot cocoa in winter. How's the combination? I know, right? It's always good. As he got older, the Larrabee got even lazier. He didn't like doing anything except sitting around. One day, his friend, the letter W, said, "If you're just going to sit around, at least go sit outside." So he did. So one day, his friend came, the letter W, and told the letter B to, "If you're always sitting around, then go sit outside." He says that, the letter W says that, go sit outside if you're just sitting around. So, because as he was too lazy, he always sits around, and then the letter W advised him to at least go sit around and watch the nature. So, he did. He didn't have a good place to sit though. If I'm going to sit outside, I need a comfortable chair. So he went down and cut down a tree. He carved the wood and used it to build a nice big comfy chair. Well, that's a nice thing the Larrabee did. So they're telling us that still he didn't have a good place to sit outside to watch the nature. He thought to himself, if I'm going to sit outside, I'm going to be needing a comfortable chair to watch the nature and sit. So he himself didn't ask any help and went to cut down a tree. You can see the logs here, wood logs, and then he carved the wood by himself and used it to build a nice big comfy chair. He just shaped the wood into this chair, and now it's super duper comfy. Then he looked out at his yard. If I'm gonna sit outside, I like some water to look at. So he took his shovel and started digging. He dug a large hole that he filled with water to make a beautiful pond. So next, he looked out at his garden, and then he thought to himself again, if I'm going to sit outside, I like some water to look at. He needs some water to look at. Yeah, So he just took his shovel and then started digging a big circle, and then um he filled it in water to make a beautiful pond. And now he can look at it. Look, here's the picture. He dug a nice and big hole and filled it with water. And now when he sits, it's a nice pond to look at. Wow. He did all these things by himself. Very nice, Bee. If I'm going to sit outside looking at my pond, I need some shelter from the sun. So he used the branches of a tree to make an umbrella that he stuck by his comfy chair. A strange feeling came over him as he sat down. He was very proud of what he had done. He felt much more proud than he ever had felt sitting around. So again he thought to himself, if I'm going to sit outside looking at my pond, I'll be needing shelter from my sun to look at the pond. So he again took the branches of a tree and then he carved them to make an umbrella, and then he stuck it on the ground just by his comfy chair. And then he got a strange feeling. He thought, wow, I could do all this. If I won't be lazy, I can do many more things. And he was very proud of what he had done. He felt much more proud than he ever had felt sitting around. Yes. So here's our dear bee who made a nice umbrella, and our pond is right there. He stuck this umbrella right here by his chair so he could get shelter from the sun, and then he could look at the pond very clearly. Again, he thought to himself, what else can I make? From that day on, the letter B spent most of his time building things for the other letters and helping them with their yards. And when he was all finished for the day, he would relax in his chair in the shade, looking over the water. Finally, our dear letter B didn't become lazy, and he came out of his compartment. And now look, he's helping all the other letters with their yard and building things. So, good job, Larry B. I'm very proud of you. In the land of words, there is nothing more satisfying than a hard day's work. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe and like this video and subscribe to my channel. Tell me how you like this video in the comments below. So, bye, guys. See you in my next video.